It is great to be joined by the seventh-year head coach of the Murray State Racers. Matt McMahon is with us on Field of 68 After Dark. Sirius XM, Channel 84. John Fanta, Rob Dauster, Ashton Gibbs with you. And Matt McMahon, you have engineered one of the great stories in college basketball this season. Now 23-2 on the season, 13-0 in conference play after KJ Williams leads you with 39 points tonight to the win over Tennessee State. So, Matt, I'll start with this. KJ Williams, 39 points. What did you see from him this evening?
Well, the fans need to tune in and go watch the second half. He scored 31 of them in the second half. Just an all-time great performance here at Murray State. KJ 6'10", 245 pounds. He'll soon become the third player in the history of Murray State basketball with 1,500 points and 800 rebounds. He's a stud. And he put on an all-time great performance tonight.
Coach, you've been around some great guards, Campaign, John Morant. How does Tevin Brown match up with those guys? He's a big-time player.
Yeah, I think he's the most underappreciated player in all of college basketball, any level. He does a little bit of everything well. He'll finish at Murray State, probably about top 8 all-time in scoring. Finished top 5 in assists, top 5 in steals. He's the OVC's all-time leading three-point shooter, and he's just an incredibly smart player. His movement without the ball and his impact on winning is off the charts.
So, Coach, you guys are sitting here at 23-2 on the season, like Fanta just said. You're 13-0 in your league. You are blowing people out. You're winning games on the road. You have a win at Memphis. You have a win at Belmont. I don't think people realize just how good a win at Belmont is these days. But it feels like for programs that are kind of in your spot, it feels like every game is almost a tournament at this point of the season, right? Where if you lose one, all of a sudden you prove yourselves as not worthy. What kind of pressure does that carry with on a given night for you guys?
Yeah, Rob, I think it's a great point. That's just the reality of college basketball. But I think our guys have shown great maturity. We have great toughness and character in our locker room, and we just enjoy playing. I mean, KJ had 39 tonight. Tevin Brown's had a 30-plus point game. Juice Hill had 36 in the win at Belmont. I think we're one of 5 teams now in the country that's top 25 in offensive and defensive efficiency, so we have great balance there. And I tell you what really helped us, I know going into today, we're top 25 in the KenPom. And of those top 25 teams, we have the 7th most difficult non-conference schedule. So I think the challenges of the non-conference really prepared us well. And, that's how, life on the road tonight, right? A great environment. Every game's tough. And I was really proud of the way our guys battled back. We're down 13 in the first half.
Oh, I watched it. I watched the game. It was a weird court setup, but I do want to elaborate on the point on you guys going on the road. So we were talking about it before you kind of jumped on how Purdue goes on the road tonight and loses by like 27 at Michigan. And we're all just kind of like, yeah, that's life in college basketball. Whereas a program like yours, if you go on the road at a place like Tennessee State, which is a good team, a rowdy environment, and you lose that game, then that's something where we're like, okay, write them off. They're done. Murray State was overrated. I don't think that's fair. And I don't know if how hard you want to go in it, but I think it's unfair. I want people to be able to watch you guys. I want people to look at KenPom and say, okay, that's a top 25 team. They've proven themselves. So I will rally for you guys. I don't know if you want to go as hard as I will.
Well, no, I appreciate it. It's just the reality of college hoops, and that's fine. We've had elite teams here before. It's part of it. But I love our team. I don't think the casual college basketball fan understands how good Morehead State, Belmont, Murray State are. I mean, those are 3 really good teams that can go up against most teams in the country. So, we do a pretty good job, I think, with our players of just really staying focused on, as boring as it is for these podcasts, controlling what we can control and just trying to keep getting better and just win the next game. And that's all we can really afford to worry about. We're a little beat up after tonight, so we've got to get rested up, and then we're going to play at Morehead on Thursday. And our first matchup with them was a war. You had to fight and scrap for every point you got. So I'm sure Saturday will be more of the same.
Matt McMahon is our guest, the head coach of the 23rd ranked team in the nation, Murray State, moving to 23-2 after a win tonight. And Matt, one of our cast members on Field of 68 of our rotation is your buddy, Steve Prohm, who you spent a lot of time with. And so we have to ask you here, because we know Coach Prohm is having a snack right now at home with his newborn. What is your best Steve Prohm story?
Give us something good, man.
Oh, man.
It's called After Dark for a reason. You don't have to hold back.
Yeah. I really don't, man. But you opened the door for me. He's been just such an unbelievable mentor for me. He's the one who gave me the opportunity to come to Murray State 11 years ago and be a part of his magical 4-year run here. Unbelievable coach, one of the most genuine people in all of college basketball. I will say this, as an assistant, we would get annoyed with him. Every shoot around, we would work on, like, here's what we're doing against triangle and 2. Here's what we're doing against box and 1. He wanted every detail covered. And we always said, Coach, and no one's played us triangle and 2 in 4 years. But we go and play Colorado State in the NCAA tournament back in 2012. And sure enough, they played us triangle and 2. And we had worked on it every shoot around all year. And really learned from that. You got to be prepared for everything. And I can't wait to see where he ends up coaching this spring.
I don't know how I feel about all of these Steve Prohm compliments on here. Can we just make fun of him for being a Washington Commanders fan now? Can you at least do that?
Yeah, no, we definitely do that. Yeah, we definitely do that. That's for sure. But the best in the business, man. I'm really appreciative of what he's done for me and continues to do. Been a great mentor to me.
Matt, we've got 30 seconds before we've got a break here. Sirius XM Channel 84. So I'll have you leave us with this. Next month, I know you very much hope, and we all believe you're deserving of seeing Murray State on the 68 team bracket somewhere. Tell America right now why a month from now, when they get a pencil out, it doesn't matter who's on the other side. Why should America believe in Murray State?
Hey, that's your guys' job. Our job is to build a great team. And if you go check our resume, I think it speaks for itself. I told you about the non-conference strength of schedule. I told you about the balance on offense, defense. Most importantly, we got damn good players. Tevin Brown, KJ Williams, Juice Hill. I can go down the line. We got guys who can play anywhere in America. So that gives us an opportunity to win every night out.
Matt McMahon, the head coach of the 23-2 Murray State Racers. What a season. It's one of the great stories in college basketball, and they're ranked in the top 25, and rightfully so. Matt, thank you so much for joining us tonight on Field of 68 After Dark.